Hello, baddies, especially my bookish baddies. It's your girl, Brandy Nikhil, and I'm back with another video. This time, this is another book review, and this is for the first book that I have finished in 2024. Round of applause for me. And that book is The Golden Couple by Greer Hendricks and Sarah. I'm not going to destroy her last name, but you see it. And so this couple, I think they're a couple. Don't fact check me on that. I'm just assuming. But anyways, this pair, this duo, they wrote another book called The Wife Between Us that I read that was really, really good. So when I seen this come up, I was like, okay, I can give them another run. And this one was also really good. So let me give you the premise. So the premise of the book, there is a ex-therapist. So she used to be a therapist, but she lost her license for doing things unethically. And her name is Avery. And so now she practices therapy, but she can't really call it therapy because she's not licensed, etc. But she's really expensive, very high-end therapist. And this couple comes to her. So it opens with this couple coming to her. And the couple, they're a super well-off couple. The wife makes the appointment and she's like, I have something to tell my husband, but I think it would go over better if I told him in front of a therapist. And so the therapist is like, bring him on down. Let's see what's going on. So they get there and immediately the wife is like, I cheated on you. I had a little affair, a little one-night situation. He's shocked. He's thinking they come in to talk about something else. He had no idea. He's heartbroken. He's devastated. He's upset. And so this therapist, Avery, she has like a 10-step process. So you come to her for only 10 sessions. And in these 10 sessions, each one, she's unpacking something important to get you to the end result. But her methods, unconventional, right? And so over the course of the book, we start to see her methods, how she goes about things. She asks really probing questions. And then she do digging of her own. So she's also like a PI. She's like a PI therapist. And so she will follow you. She will check out your favorite spots. Wherever you say you be going, she gonna be there. The woman in the book, she has a business. She pops up at her business sometimes when she there, sometimes when she not. She does research on the people that they talk about in a therapy session. So she's very, very integrated into their life. And so let me just finish the synopsis first, and then I'll get into the thought that I had about that. But anyways, and so as she's going about this, she starts to feel like some things are intertwining with her own life in a very strange way. And so she becomes a little concerned because she's like, something is off here. Yeah, something's not giving here. Something is very off. And so many of the characters in the book that seem like small players become big players in the book. And the truth just unfolds from there. I'm not going to spoil it for you because I do think you should read this book. I would give this book an 8 out of 10. So the end felt a little bit rushed, but they did a good ending. They did a good wrap up. I didn't have no questions when I finished the book. It was really good, and it kept me engaged the whole time because I had several predictions. I love a good prediction. I feel like I'm the queen of predictions, and so I love a book where my predictions are wrong. That lets me know you wrote the FUCK about this book because I couldn't even guess it, and I'm usually pretty good at guessing it. Okay, so 8 out of 10 on the book. But what this brought forward for me to think about is how honest we are with ourselves, how honest we are with others, family, friends, spouses, and then how honest we are when we're seeking help. And I think there's layers to all of that. So I started to think about, as this therapist is super intrusive, right? Which is why she lost her license. She all in their business. I'm like, oh my goodness, I would hate that. But it also made me think, if I'm going to a therapist, I'm going to them for some help. If I'm going to them for some help, why would I be dishonest with them to the point where there's anything they could find out that I didn't share? If that makes sense. So if I go to a therapist, let me think of an example. If I go to a therapist and I say, I want help with my drug addiction. I have a drug addiction. I want help with it. And the therapist says, okay, when's the last time you did drugs? And I'm like, yesterday. And she's like, okay. I want you to keep a journal. Tell me all the times you do drugs. I want you to tell me.
It's 46 degrees outside.
Girl, hush. Sorry. I want you to write down in the journal every time that you think about doing drugs, every time you do drugs, every time you see a drug. I want you to write it all down. I'm just making this up, right? And so I come back the next week and she's like, okay, did you do any drugs this week? And I'm like, nope. Clean and clear and under control. And she's like, now that's funny because I followed you and you went and you did some drugs. I seen you with my own eyes. And while on first glance, it's like, girl, why is you all in my business? But on second glance, why would I be lying to the person that I'm seeking help from? And it makes me think about like healthcare in general, because I feel like, sorry, I have a hair in my face or something. It makes me think about healthcare in general, because I feel like that's something that we do when we're younger. At least I know a lot of girls do, where, you know, the OB-GYN might ask you about sexual activity and you don't want to be honest because you're scared they might tell your parents, even though they're not supposed to. You know, things like that. Your smoking habits, your drinking habits, you know, we tend to downplay it, but that's counterproductive to what we're there for, which is to get help. And so it made me think about honesty and being candidly honest, if that's a phrase, being as open and transparent and completely honest as possible, and how sometimes that may not be possible with a therapist or whoever, because we're also not as honest with ourselves as we should be. So I challenge you to get real honest with yourself about things. We're in a new year. I don't know when you're watching this, but right now we're in a new year. It's January 4th. And I'm going to challenge myself to be I feel like I'm pretty self-aware. I'm pretty honest. I'm going to challenge myself to be brutally honest with myself this year. To be even more self-aware, to really dig down and be so honest with myself so that I can get myself and give myself the help, the attention, the love, the space that I genuinely need. So I know that was a tangent, but let me know if you've read this book, The Golden Couple. If not, let me know if you are interested in reading it, because I thought it was really good. And let me know your thoughts about truth telling. On a scale of 1 to 10, how truthful are you with yourself? How truthful are you with those that you're seeking help from? Or how truthful are you with those that are just in your life? And be honest with your truth scale. All right, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.